Hello, Michael here with another Michael's Guitar Reviews. Today we have a fairly well-known shape of guitar. This one originated way back, one of the early Gibson basses. It's a Gibson SG bass, this one. It's got the twin pickups. There is a single pickup version. Today we've got the twin pickup version. First thing that you notice about these guitars is that their shape is quite unusual. It's quirky, it's different. Doesn't suit everybody, but a lot of people, including myself, really like the shape. So that's a good start, isn't it, really? Anyway, let's have a little tour around and then we'll have a listen to what it sounds like. First of all, we've got the very traditional Gibson headstock with the Gibson logo there, as you can see, very nicely shaped. On the back we've got the registration number and the fact that this one was made in the USA. Typical open tuners here. These keep tuned very well. They're easy to use. Of course, they've got these huge thumb, I don't know what you call it, a thumb grip there at the end, and little SG logo there covering the truss rod, which of course is used for adjusting the neck. The neck itself is a C profile. It's first of all feels a little bit chunky, or I thought it felt a bit chunky, but you get used to it quite quickly, and it's a rounded C profile, so it's quite a nice neck to grip. Also, it's a very narrow neck. The fingerboard is narrow just here at the nut, so this will suit people whose hands are slightly smaller and don't want the full width neck of some of the other basses that we encounter from time to time. The nut on this one appears to be made from a kind of hard plastic. It's cut perfectly, so the strings sit just on top of each of the areas there that have been cut through for string access. The edges of the nut, however, are sharp, so these just need a little bit of teasing round with a file very gently, just to take that sharp edge off and make them a little bit more comfortable. We've got a rosewood fingerboard. This is what you get with these. Normal dot position markers on the front of the fingerboard, and if you can see there, corresponding ones along the side as well. This neck is set into the body, so rather than a bolt-on neck, which you get in some of the less expensive versions, this one is set into the body so that you get more of a continuation, and obviously that affects the sound as well, so you do tend to get a bit more sustain. The back of this guitar is very traditional. It's no frills, it's flat, it's mahogany. You get an access point there for the controls, so if you want to do any changeover on the controls or maintenance or resoldering, whatever, very easy access. We've got these really nice pointy cutaways here, which are very traditional for this type of guitar. And also, I don't know if you can see, just on the back and just here, we've got this nice chamfering as well. That adds to the comfort for the player, and it also, I think it looks really nice as well. Anyway, stay on the back for a moment. We've got the strap button here, which gives us, it's in a reasonably good position to hold the guitar comfortably. One of the downsides, if you like, if you want to call it a downside to this particular type of guitar, because it's got a very thin body and it's relatively small, when you put it on your lap, there's a lot of neck dive. It just goes that way very easily. It's because of the mechanical advantage of the length of the neck, the amount of wood that's in the neck, and of course the hardware up here at the top as well. It's just a quirk of the guitar. It's something you have to live with. It's not a massive disadvantage, and you can get used to it quite quickly. We've got these two quite different looking pickups here. Neck pickup, much broader, and a narrower bridge pickup. These are operated very simply by rotary control knobs here. This one operates the neck pickup, the one in the centre operates the pickup nearest to the bridge, and as is so common with guitars, the final rotary control is the tone control, and that operates either a more trebly or a more bassy sound. More trebly clockwise, more bassy anti-clockwise, and of course you've got your input here for the amplifier lead. Little word about the bridges on these. They're very, very adjustable. They're easily adjustable for height, so there's a bolt either side here that you can move up or down, which is inside a captured metal, well, it's a metal collar I suppose you'd call it, which is threaded. So you can easily move the screws here and make the bridge go down at the back or bring it up again. And there's one here at the front, so you've got a kind of triangular system going on. There's one at the front which again you can alter if you want to, up or down, which can alter the pitch of the bridge plate, which is where my fingers are at the moment. Now on some guitars you've got bridge saddles that can be raised independently. On these it tends not to work quite that way. If you want to raise or lower these, you're talking about more raising or lowering of the bridge rather than each individual string saddle. However, there is a bolt through here that you can make the string saddle further forward or further back, which of course is something you need to be able to do to compensate and make sure the intonation is correct. The bridge itself is quite a high mass bridge, in other words it contains a lot of metal. This particular one, I don't know if you can see, but there's an awful lot of clearance there. This guitar, along with so many others, doesn't belong to me, it's been loaned to me, so it's not really for me to start altering things just too much at this stage. It's it's playable, but it does want to come down a little bit. The other thing is, just whilst we're talking about the neck on this guitar, I've noticed that there is an awful lot of forward bow on this neck, which might be one reason why these strings are so far away from the fingerboard. That's easy to do, we just need to make an adjustment to the truss rod, just tighten the truss rod up, and that will take away that forward bow. And we do need some forward bow, but we don't need as much as there is on this. If I press down here, for example, on the 15th fret, then what we'll notice midway is a lot of movement, an awful lot of movement. And if we do it this side on the low E string, again, loads and loads of movement there. So ideally this neck needs to be adjusted and made a little more straight. I think also we can then start to look at how the bridge adjustment compensated as well to make sure we've got the right intonation. However, having said all that, nice looking guitar, what does it sound like? We'll start with the front pickup. The rear pickup is now turned completely off, and we've got the rotary tone control anti-clockwise for the more bassy sound. So all in all, we've got a bassy sound. This, by the way, is going through a small practice amplifier. It's an Ashdown. It's called an Ashdown After 8. A small amplifier, just a little cube-shaped amplifier there, ideal for a small space. Let's see what it sounds like. That's a nice, warm, bassy sound. Let's turn the rotary tone control now fully clockwise, give us a more trebly sound. Just on the front pickup still. Not a huge variety there, but then at this volume, and obviously it's a small practice type amplifier, you're not going to get a massive range necessarily of sounds. Let's move now to the bridge pickup with the rotary tone control to be fully anti-clockwise for more bassy sound on the bridge pickup. Okay, still on the bridge pickup, the rotary tone control fully clockwise to give us a more trebly sound. So the fact that we've just got the bridge pickup now, we've got the tone control fully clockwise, this gives us a maximum amount of treble. Woo. Okay, and now let's return the tone control fully anti-clockwise and bring in that front pickup again. So now we've got both pickups together, rotary tone control anti-clockwise for a more bassy sound, 2 pickups. Bassy, nice bassy sound really, a little bit muddy, but yeah, good combination of sounds. Let's turn the rotary tone control now fully clockwise to give us a more treble sound, both pickups together again. Well, what's the verdict? It actually feels very nice, despite the fact that the neck needs to be adjusted and the bridge really could do with coming down a little bit as well, depending on how this neck profiling turns out. The feel of the neck is nice. The balance of the guitar, given its weight differences, is understandably the way it is. That's fine, nothing to worry about. It's not a particularly heavy guitar, generally speaking, so for people who want to play live, obviously you've got the guitar around your neck for a while, it shouldn't be too bad. Known a lot worse. So overall, this is a bit of a classic really. It's certainly one for the professional musician because of its relative weight and the fact that it's actually very comfortable to play. The sound variety is pretty good, two quite different pickups here. But yeah, overall, nice guitar. So once again, Michael's Guitar Reviews. I always say this, but please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. There are no catches. It helps the channel to grow, and the reason for doing this is to share guitars with you. So really much appreciate it if you wouldn't mind subscribing. Thank you very much. Happy playing. Bye for now.